So what you're trying to say is we become soulmates, we work towards being soulmates.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly. We
But-
work towards becoming soulmates.
Okay, but it's like we are all in some raw form before we
Exactly.
get together.
Exactly. Hi guys, welcome
Hi.
back to our channel. It's been a while. It's been about a week, almost 2, since we posted a video. But life was happening and we just had to listen to our schedules.
Yeah.
But we're finally back. And today's video is an interesting one. It's myths about relationships, myths, things that we have believed that are not true, that are probably affecting how you're dealing with your relationship. They're even probably things that you entered the marriage with, and they might be affecting how you're relating with your person.
And it could also be something that people say. You're not even in any relationship, but you have these myths in your mind, and you're like, "This is."
People keep
this
saying
is
them,
it.
and
Yeah.
you believe them.
Yeah. But thank you for the support. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for
Sharing.
support.
Yeah, we truly appreciate it. So let's get into it. Myth number 1:
Yeah.
that spark will always be there. The butterflies will always be there. Discuss.
Oh. Yes and no. My opinion, you can make it depends on the season, but there's a point where some things have to be done. Rubber has to hit the road, so whether she feels the butterflies or not, I have to tell her some things, or there's certain things we need to agree upon.
But before you even say that, like in real life, butterflies have a short lifespan.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have to keep finding ways
But
to...
they lay eggs, right?
They lay eggs. Until now, how are we going to
Then-
nurture those eggs as the butterflies? Anyway, the things that will keep a relationship is not butterflies. It is intentional work. You have to be intentional on nurturing...
Breeding the butterflies.
Breeding the butterflies. Or nurturing that relationship. The
Me,
butterflies
I
will
like
not
the
always be
butterflies.
there. Yeah, I also like them. But the butterflies that we had on our wedding day, babe, died a long time ago.
Yeah, but
Now we have new butterflies,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of marriage. Like it keeps changing and evolving and coming more and more.
The other ones were yellow, now these ones are blue.
Right. Okay. The second myth: we need to move in together before we get married. Bust it.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't move in with your partner, even if there's a child. I feel like it's like that. You're playing say mommy daddy, but it's just a game. I don't know. Could you?
For me,
Yeah.
this is just our opinion. For me, I feel like you're exposing yourself to the commitments and the challenges of marriage without the commitment per se of marriage. Like, what stops this person, woman or man, from waking up one day and just up and leaving? And you have put in a lot of time and effort into this relationship, and you feel like, I finally arrived, and then they leave you maybe 20 years down the road, but because you didn't have the commitment. You don't have to move in together for you to get to know somebody. You can be intentional while you are dating. You have these important conversations. Ask these important questions. Ask about their background. Ask about their childhood. Ask about the things that they like, etc., and get to know them in that way. And then when you get married and move in together, you start to know each other on a different level.
I have a
That's my
question for
opinion.
you. So, let's say we had got a child before we got married. Why wouldn't we move in together? Now we have a child together, but our relationship has no problem. We are okay, but what stops us from, why shouldn't we live together?
I would never have allowed, babe.
Yeah, but what if?
Yes, a child is a gift in a relationship, but this child is going to get to a certain age and leave us. What do we have? What do we have that's holding us? Is it the child that's holding us, or is it our commitment to each other?
We might be planning to get married, we're moving together, and then we're like,
If we are planning, let's set that date and work towards it, and then move in together.
The money.
You've got
About the money.
Maybe the money these days. You can have Scientific weddings showed us that these things are possible, but
Yeah.
we have glamorized weddings and reception and having. If you want to get married, you can actually get married. You go down to the court, get married, go to church, and they bless you. You don't have to have this whole shenanigan. You can have a scientific wedding. Honestly. The third myth is there are no rules in relationships. For example, some of the rules that you have is we're exclusive. When I leave the house and go somewhere, say I'm spending the whole day outside working, we'll communicate with one another.
Right.
We're not going to have children outside of this marriage.
I thought those are the vows that we made.
No. But they are part of the
forsake other women.
They are part of the principles that drive the relationship. If we have a conflict, we are going to talk about it. If there's something that we don't agree on, we're going to talk about it. Those are some of the rules of relationships. Now, we have to also realize that there are principles of relationships,
right,
but the way that different couples handle those things is different, but the principles remain.
So you're saying that every relationship has its own rules, correct?
No. There's a global, what's it called? That baseline
Standard.
of standards of relationships. But the way that different couples handle, for example, communication. Some people prefer to call on phone if they are apart. Others prefer to text. Others prefer, let's go through the day and then we come back home and we offload with each other, catch up with each other. But the baseline is communication.
Okay, so every relationship has some rules that it needs to kind of work out.
Not kind of. There are principles for this relationship to work.
Right.
Communication, conflict resolution, roles in the relationship. They are principles, but the way that different. For example, you'll find that there are some couples where the wife goes to work and the husband stays home and watches the kids. That's their dynamic. But the point is roles. The roles are properly defined for them, and they know what this one is doing and what this one is doing. The fourth myth is follow your heart. Discuss, baby.
It wouldn't be you.
It would if you are following your heart.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I would. Must I say this now?
Murky waters. Tell me.
Well, let's just say I had to become a bit more serious to marry you. Otherwise, my heart during the early stages of our friendship and relationship were like, okay, so if this is how relationship is this what I like? How will I handle this person?
So what was giving you the cold feet or second thought was the effort that you needed to put into the relationship?
Yeah.
You didn't think that it would be too much work?
This is too much stress, and I'm studying. Why?
Yeah. So this myth is you don't have to. The myth that we're busting. You don't have to follow your heart.
In quotes.
In court. Feelings are real. We validate them, but you also have to follow the facts. Yeah. Notice the red flags. Notice how this person treats you. Notice how this person treats other people. Like you go to a restaurant and this person is the one who shouts at wait staff. Notice those little things, those red flags, and follow the facts. Yeah. Yes, your feelings are important, but follow the facts.
Yeah.
The next myth that we are busting: there's only one person for you in the whole entire world.
I believed that. So now what is your... Yeah.
Expound on you believe that.
Yeah, because like there's that, personally I believe like there's that thing that God wants me to achieve with somebody, a specific, I mean, a specific person in my life. So then, why would it be a random person?
Maybe have you ever thought about if this soulmate thing was true? What if your soulmate was Chinese? You've never been to China. Where will you find them?
I would be like going to do business in China. Somehow she's like the one I meet on a train.
No. Anyway, the truth about this is I know many people believe in soulmates, but the thing is that there are so many good people, and the choice is upon us to choose the good person that we're going to live the rest of our lives with. And then you do the intentional work of growing closer and more intimate towards becoming soulmates. But there's no, this soulmates thing came from, I think, the Greeks. They believe that people were, like, man and woman were one being, and then the Greek god of love separated them, and somehow they ended up in the world somewhere, and then you have to find that one person. But guys, think about it. If you and I were someone's like,
So what you're trying to say is we become soulmates, we work towards being soulmates.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly. We work towards becoming soulmates.
Okay, but it's like we are all in some raw form before we get together.
Exactly. Exactly. The next myth that I want us to bust is all marriages have ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, this is true. Like, it won't always be smooth sailing.
Like the other day we had it down, right?
Yeah, we had it down. It was actually yesterday. It
was the other day.
Okay, before that, some people believe that in a marriage, like when people say we fought, cups were flying around, plates were flying around, people were beating each other, blood on the walls, shouting. But that's not the truth. We have conflicts. Like the other night, my husband was trying to get me up to speed with his program and his plans, and I was giving him the facts, but I think I didn't do it in a good way. You can explain. Why were you upset?
Must we do this here?
You're the one who brought it up. Let's do it.
Well, I think simply, I felt like she was rude. So, I was upset.
And now let's work it out here. The thing with my husband, when he's upset, he'll just keep quiet, close his laptop, put on headphones, listen to music or something, and go to bed. It's me that noticed that you were upset.
Fairly true, not true.
It's true.
Fake news.
It's true. And babe, if I hadn't said anything about it, you probably would have just kept quiet.
No. I'm past that, yeah.
You're past that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we resolved it. I apologized, and
I'm a work in progress.
Okay. So I also wanted to say that for a healthy relationship, yes, there will be conflicts, yes, there will be differences in opinions, but the way that those things are handled matters. There'll be the couple where if there's a difference, they're shouting at each other. And then there'll be a couple where if they're having a conflict, they're going to sit down and talk it out in love. The next myth that we're going to bust is love is enough. As long as we have love, we are okay. We don't need anything else. Love is all that matters. Discuss.
Butterflies.
Discuss.
Yeah. Love is a doing word. Let's just
perfect. Yes.
Let's just start from there.
Yeah.
And I think it can be. I think a lot of people maybe you go with the notion that says love is blind. So, he uses all our money and doesn't have any savings for us.
Love is blind.
Yeah, we love him. I love him. Okay. We'll be fine. She does this and that and the other, and we'll be okay. I love her, but we do not exactly get those date nights or that moment where we say, but let's talk about money today, or that kind of thing. I think it's still love, right? But it's like, you also face the brutal fact.
I feel like the married people who are watching this video already know that this is just a myth. So now I'm going to speak to the dating couples.
Yeah.
Love alone is not enough. You need to get to the point where you ask important questions, where you discuss things like conflict management, communication styles, background. Before you get married.
Yeah.
How you were raised, how you handle money, your money habits. Ask the important questions. We need to move away from just emotional love, just the feeling of love, to decision and intentional love, where you decide and you are like, that this person maybe was raised in an abusive home, but I am going to love him through his healing. You need to get to the point where you are intentional about the love and leave these butterflies, and you have to ask important questions. Don't get married and then you get surprised. Okay? For the dating couples, ask the important questions. Don't wait to get married and then start questioning.
And start loving. Or stop loving.
Yeah. The next myth is relationships are just luck and chance. Those guys are just lucky they found each other at campus. It's just luck.
Yeah. Yes and no. And I think we were lucky.
To an extent.
Yes. Yeah. But then, like you said at the beginning, when you talked about the soulmate thing, where we met each other, we were lucky, we met each other, but then what did we do about it?
Like you see, at some point, Mark was afraid of all the work that he needed to put in the relationship, and he was starting to back out because I was that girlfriend. Like, you had to see me every day. We had to try. And our hostels were... For people who know, I was in Nana, he was in Akamwesi. That's about, is it 5 kilometers?
No.
Like 2 kilometers?
I can't, probably 1, but...
Okay, like 1 kilometer apart. And he was on a student budget. And then he had to keep carrying to see me.
A long distance.
But we made so many sacrifices. I remember we'd buy food and share it.
That's another story for another day. That's another story.
Young love. We need to do that again.
Butterflies. The butterflies are
and we made
necessary.
It. Thank you for sticking through and putting in the work. High five. Good job. So busting the myth about relationships being luck.
Yeah.
Relationships are not just luck. You have to put in the work.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work.
Okay, so you're lucky to find someone who is good. But me, I will say you're blessed to find someone good. But on top of that, it's also fine, and it's the best. Like, the best thing to do is to actually, like, you see how Adam was in the Garden of Eden, where he actually was busy naming animals with God and blah 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 blah. And I know it could be a cliche story, but God himself was like, this guy, it's not nice if he's alone. Let me find for him a suitable
partner.
Yeah. So yeah, you can actually ask God to find for you someone for you. As much as there is luck and all that, it can be luck, but probably in God's eyes, he meant that person for you. That is why my opinion was that yes, you can be lucky, but there's that person that if you come together, there are great things you can do together.
I also wanted to say that for every couple that has broken up for one reason or another, there's another couple that has made it through that. For example, for every couple that has broken up maybe because of infidelity, there's another couple that has made it through infidelity challenges. So it's just the commitment and willingness to work through those challenges that is the difference between the two couples. And I also wanted to say that, I have so much to say. I also wanted to say that there is no divorced person that ever believed they were not in love. So think beyond just the love. Ask the critical questions, especially the dating couples. So babe, what's our last myth? This one is controversial.
All men cheat. And I have decided as well, together with my wife who has agreed, that we're going to leave it to
you guys to discuss.
In the
it
comment
is
section.
A myth that we don't believe, but we want to hear your opinions. What do you guys believe? Do you believe that all men cheat? Anyway, that's the end of our video. Let us know which myth you related to. Which myth are you holding on to that you just discovered is actually a myth and it's not the truth? Share this video with your friends. Like, subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.